I think part of this, the idea, when we use the word management and leadership, sometimes it sounds awkward when we put it along with education, partly because they've emerged in fields that are not pure education, right? So they have emerged from what we would call organizational studies or management studies or leadership studies. But if we begin to rethink of what education, in our country requires, these become important to think about, because often we work under assumptions that there is, when we use the word management, it means only one thing, which is planning, organizing, coordinating, controlling, leading. The traditional ideas. We moved a long way from that, right? So today, when we talk about management, we talk about, for example, critical management studies that actually questions ideas of power in schools. Now, no education discourse can be done unless one actually begins to question power, right? Who has authority over what, including what you're teaching and how you're teaching, right? When we talk about management, about this notion of an effective school. Schools consume a lot of resources, whether they are human resources, material resources, financial resources. And every year when our annual, our financial budget comes, we look to see what is our educational outlay, right? And we are concerned that our educational outlay is only 3.5% or 3%, whereas our defense outlays are 4 times that. But tremendous amount of resources have gone into teacher salaries, for example. I think 80-85% of our educational budget is teacher salary. Now, how do these resources, in some sense, make sense for the school? So how does a school become effective? Which brings us back to our first question about what are the objectives of a school and how does a school manage multiple stakeholders and their interests. So that's management in some sense. How do we manage these schools? And when we're talking about leadership, I think if we recognize that schools are democratic spaces where multiple stakeholders have multiple needs, then leadership necessarily moves away from being controlled. You cannot, however much you want to, you cannot control what the teacher does in the classroom. Teaching is still a very private activity, so what goes behind the classroom is known only to the teacher and the student. So however much you may want to put a control structure there, it's not going to work. So can we think of alternate ideas of leadership? So that's how we have thought about it. And we very much want to look at it from a system perspective. We want to take interconnections between elements, see how they work together. And we want to understand it also in the context of education being spaces where adults work, so not just children. So policy, context, and then organizational and leadership.